All right, I'd like to bring the Village of Westfield Center organization meeting to order with the pledge to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, the first order of business is to swear in our newly elected officials. We have Mayor Tom Horwittle, Councilperson Val Koenig, Councilperson Craig Walkup, BPA members Gary Ewers and Dave Weber. So could I have everybody stand in front of me down here? Okay, raise your right hand. All right, this is the Village of Westfield Center oath of office, State of Ohio, County of Medina. I'm going to say I. I'm going to go down through the list and give me your name. So I, Thomas Horwittle, Dave Weber, Val Koenig, Gary Ewers, Craig Walker. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of this state and of ordinances and resolutions of the Village of Westfield Center. Not to be influenced by any consideration except that of merit and fitness in the appointment or discharge of employees, not to make or authorize the expenditure of public monies otherwise than for adequate consideration and efficient service to the Village of Westfield Center, faithfully, in all other respects, discharge the duties of my position or office. I will. I will. I will. I will. I will. Done. Congratulations. I will now turn the meeting over to the mayor.
Okay, our first order of business still in the organizational meeting would be the election of a president pro tem. I need a nominations and
Mr. Mayor, I nominate Mr. Rob.
Second.
I have a motion to close nominations.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
We will now open the regular meeting and I'll start with recognition of guests. I have guests out there, but nobody wants to talk. Okay, everybody's gonna let me off the hook. That's good. Can I have a motion to accept the council minutes of December 5 and December 27?
Second.
Mayor, I have to abstain because I wasn't.
Okay. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? One. Motion to pay the bills.
When we pay the bills.
Second.
Any additions, Debbie, or anything? Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, BPA bills are there for information. Motion to accept the fiscal officer's monthly financial reports.
Second.
Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, I'm gonna break the things here a little bit, not go to old business. Dave Young's representing the fire department tonight, and he has a part in a meeting up there, so I'm gonna let him make his report, and then he can leave for his meeting, and we'll move on. Dave, you're on.
Happy New Year to everybody. In December, we had 41 incidents. We had 29 in the township, 5 in the village, 4 in Guilford Township, 2 in Harrisville Township, and 1 in Washington Township. We had 24 calls during what we call a day shift from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and 17 from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. The report shows the agencies that we mutual aided and we received mutual aid from and we were given. Then it's broken down by percentage. The EMS billing For December, it was 15,588.40. The MVA, we were having computer issues this morning and throughout the day, and we're unable to obtain that data, so that's yet to come. We had 16 residents, 9 non-residents. One call was handled by Lodi due to Westfield being on an EMS call. And just general, we're working on year-end items, report, budget. Also working on getting new modules for our reporting software up and running in operation. Equipment purchases, the air trailer. I don't know if you were aware that we were selling the air trailer. And we sold it for $12,500 to West End Fire and Rescue Department in North Carolina. And the Cub Cadet UTV has been listed on Gov Deals with a reserve price of $5,000, as we had received a $20,000 donation from the Hillier Foundation towards purchase of a new UTV. And we did purchase one, and it's up at the station. Not quite in service yet. We still have to put some lights and stuff on it. We're looking to buy a skid unit. The old one had a unit that was set up for fire use. If you had a grass fire somewhere, but there was no patient compartment unless you took that off and put that patient compartment on. It reduces a lot of time. So we're looking at buying a skid unit to go in the back of this new UTV that accomplishes both purposes. So we're looking at that, and more to come on that. And it's at the station, available for anybody that wants to see it. Nothing to report on membership. And we hosted the breakfast with Santa on December 2nd. As far as grants, the only change on that page was the Black & Decker grant, which was for battery operated hand tools for $2,312.26. That was a donation from MTD Black & Decker. And then the EMS equipment grant reimbursement grant. We submitted it back in February, but we've been approved for the amount. We were approved for $33,279.68. We spent all of it, but of $1.71 of that. So that's been submitted and approved. Everything else is still the same in the grant side of it. We will have a year-end report at the next meeting, so that everything for 2023 will be able to report on. And that'll be Chief Rye reporting on that next month.
Questions today?
When this report's like there's 16 resident, 9 non-resident. What's considered a resident?
Anybody that lives in Westfield Village or Westfield Township.
Any questions today? Thank you much.
All right.
Tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Next meeting.
See you, Chair.
Okay, moving into our agenda, there's no old business. First item of business is the committee roster. And if you pull those out, and try to focus on what changes have been made. At the bottom of the first page, planning and zoning, Julie McNabb has been put on there, and I have been say, Julie, you probably wonder what planning and zoning is, because we haven't had a meeting in a couple of years, because we haven't had any issues. It's the kind of thing that either it's here and there, or there's an issue, or it's twice a month for a year if they're redoing it, or it's not. Okay. That's pretty much how that goes. Finance Committee, Craig Walker, is a new name on there. Non-income tax appeals, Christus Life is a new name on there. Park planning, Terry Bittner is a new name on there. Car show committee, a third person, Julie McNabb is a new name on there. Moving to the next page. Cal remains tree lighting and is tree lighting. And a new position here, really, or a new thing we added, fire department liaison is Craig Walker. And anything else remain the same. I encourage you to take a glance at that. Be sure, and if you see anything with any terms, any phone numbers, any email addresses, now is the time to change it because should be, after you pass this, should be putting this to a public paper. And, for the year, and if there's any corrections, I'll have to make them now, but anytime we got them, this is tonight.
Debbie, you've got my work phone as my cell phone.
Okay.
My cell phone, I can give you my cell phone, or you want me to just, it's,
I'm gonna put on here what you want people to call, so,
yeah, I'd put both on there.
okay.
It's on my signature line too, so it's 330-635-3002. He is on mute, so if they tried to call me right now, it wouldn't really cause any problem.
Anybody have anything else? Tracy? Okay, can I have a motion to approve the committee roster as updated a second ago?
So. Second.
Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, you'll get an official one next month. This one is, what was it? Item 2, resolution 2024-1, resolution authorizing participation in the ODOT purchasing program. It's an annual resolution. Can I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to adopt.
So moved.
Questions? All those in favor? Any opposed? Item 3, resolution 2024-2, resolution expressing intent to sell unneeded obsolete equipment by internet auction. It's an annual resolution. Can I have a motion to suspend?
So move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Can I have a motion to adopt?
Second.
Questions? All those in favor? Any opposed? Item 4, resolution 2024-3, a resolution authorizing transfer of 50,000 from general fund to street fund. We didn't do this a couple of years, but the last 2-3 we've been doing it to rebuild our street fund. I have a motion to suspend.
Second.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion to adopt.
So move.
Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution 2024-4, a resolution to enter and retake cemetery lots. Motion to suspend.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to adopt.
So moved. Second.
Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The suggestion was made with the park. The park we just got, 44 acres. One of the things we need to do is kind of outline that and see where everything is, where all the residents fit on that, any encroachments, any issues, anything, and just kind of map out the whole thing. And I know I always thought about walking it. We'd have to walk it, but the suggestion was made by Mr. Robs over here. Thought a good one. Why don't we approve Dave hooking us up with somebody who handles drones to fly a drone over there whenever we need to take a look at things, update things, that type of thing. So can I have a motion in a second?
How much does it cost?
We don't know yet.
Get a motion in a second, then we'll talk.
I'll move it.
Okay, that's a good question. I have no
Well, it's a
idea.
very good question, Julie.
No
We
idea.
don't know.
Okay.
But one of the things especially in the architectural and in the engineering and in the survey, drones are becoming very popular.
Absolutely.
and they can, they can get a lot of good data, they can do a lot of things that, and so I just, as we start talking about this, I'm like, one man could probably do what 3 or 4 people would do, and, our guys are busy doing a lot of other different things and stuff. And you're gonna have the information electronically, because it's all gonna be photographed and stuff, and it'd be a really good, I think it'd be a good way to keep a database on what's going on with all of that stuff, but here again, I have no idea what this is gonna cost.
They give us a great baseline to go
Yeah,
through,
exactly.
whatever that person would be able to do with that drone. And you were right, the idea that we could get somebody out there and
Now, we just gotta make sure we get the communications out, because
Yeah.
people freak out when a drone flying through the backyard.
Are we looking at hiring a service, so people who actually own the drones, or are we looking at getting one of our guys certified to operate a drone and buying one?
I would say probably hiring
Contract.
somebody
Okay.
versus becoming certified,
Okay.
because,
Sure,
That's a lengthy and
yeah.
And
that's
process.
why I
Well,
was
there's
asking.
all different insurance requirements and stuff like that.
Right.
And are you envisioning that we'll do it more than one time a year, or?
I guess a lot of it's gonna depend on how much it costs.
Yeah.
And talk to somebody that actually does this and says, okay, so what's your recommendation? Is this a semi-annual, an annual?
I would think it would probably depend too on what our experience is with encroachments, repeated instances, we may want to do it more often.
therefore too, though, let's see if it's repeated, it may be same people and those things can be walked and inspected.
That's true.
That's
It's an overall one where.
But I would think once a year.
Weather related. I mean, I would think if we're gonna have a problem, it's gonna come either spring or fall, and you'll be able to take a good look from that standpoint.
It's probably better to probably get a clearer look when there aren't leaves on the
Yeah, I
trees.
was gonna say early spring, late,
Yeah.
but
Do you have a contact?
I do.
Any other questions? All those in favor? Any opposed?
just, Rick, you're gonna find out, you're gonna come back to us, give us an idea what's.
I'll get with Dave, we'll talk.
Item 5, well, I guess ultimately Dave, but also the park committee will be responsible for how that's used.
Do you know anybody? Yeah, I was gonna talk to Dave after, you guys know, yeah, we can give you a quote too, it's our survey team.
So you can do that as well?
Not me personally, but OHM does.
Okay.
We have certified drone surveyors and they can do.
Because that's what I was gonna reach out through our architect.
They can do,
Who
yeah.
has a consultant that does
Every
it for
firm
them.
has one. They do amazing things with those things.
Yeah, I know.
Grant monies, opportunities for anything like that?
I
To
doubt it.
hire out
I
a-
think if you were gonna buy it,
Yeah.
maybe, but not just to hire.
But I can give Dave the name of the person who operates it with OHM, you guys can go from there.
Maybe we have a good in with those guys.
Preferred price.
We should have preferred pricing, right? 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 Say that for the minutes. All right, item 6, an additional item, and you have the resolution at your station. It's a resolution 2024-5, a resolution to recommend Denny Simpson's appointment as a municipal representative to the County 9/11 Program Committee. Can I have a motion and a second?
This would be to suspend the rules probably. right?
Oh,
Or we-
Yes, I do need to suspend those. Thank you. Can I have a motion to suspend.
Second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That's what happens when I write them in. Can I have a motion to approve?
Second.
Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aaron, you earned your salary in 1 meeting.
That's exactly.
All right, that's all the old and new business I have. Anybody got any other new business? Engineers report.
No, I got a couple small things. In the council report, I have Greenwich Road sidewalk survey to begin on 1/12. That's actually supposed to say survey completed by 1/12. They did start survey, so we're moving ahead on that. And the Greenwich Road sewer lining is just in contract, being passed around to get signed, and then once that's done, we'll get it to you guys, and we can run off with it, but that's all the updates I have right now.
Questions for Jason? Police.
Police report for December. We had 2 reports, 8 calls for service, 1 officer initiated call for a total of 9. We had 1 private property crash in the village. We had 22 officer generated citizens assists, 19 vacation watches, 1 assist to the Westfield Fire Department, 3 to the Sheriff's Office, 5 to the Seville Police Department, 2 to the Lodi Police Department for a total of 11. We had 8 traffic stops, no criminal arrests, 7 warnings, and 1 citation. I should also mention that in December, on December 2nd, we participated with Wadsworth PD and Cops and Kids shopping program. It's similar to FOPs, but it has to be called something different. But all participated with Wadsworth on that. On 12/8, I attended the DARE graduation at Cloverleaf. And then on 12/20, Paul assisted with the Feed Medina County event that was at Wadsworth Football Stadium.
Questions for the chief? Pittsburgh.
December's report on the wastewater, we processed 4.84 million gallons. We filed the monthly reports, performed all the required and operational testing, performed all the routine equipment maintenance, and we had our pre-MPDES permit inspection by the EPA. For Village Hall, we serviced the lighting system on the streets, equipment maintenance, and we salted a couple times so far this year. We had no activity at the cemetery, no activity at the parks, and just had to field a few zoning questions.
Questions for Dave?
Hey, just
So briefly, in our finance committee, prior to this meeting, we're talking about budget item for the mini excavator on the cemetery. things like that. And
the question came up, I didn't have it on the top of my head. How many actual grave burials do you have?
It varies. I think our highest number was 9 or 10, typically between 5 and 7. If even that, like last year was a fairly light year.
Any other questions for Dave? Mayor's report, starting with the Mayor's Court. Had 1 visitor to Mayor's Court, failure to stop for a school bus. Paid the fine, $150. That was all I had in Mayor's Court. No communications, no comments, concerns. Law Director.
I just want to, I think we had a conversation about it at the year-end meeting, but we did get the acquisition of the Quetzal property completed just under the wire. So there were a lot of people that were involved. Debbie had a lot to do with that. You know, Dave's been a big help on some of the kind of late breaking zoning issues. And then, of course, all the other members of council, the mayor and everybody else. So very much a team effort. I think, I don't know who was it. Terry, did you share the article about in the Gazette?
Yeah.
Yes, nice article about it in the Gazette. You know, really good opportunity for the village to acquire that property at no cost. And I think we've got a couple housekeeping items to finalize, get some signage up about the use of the space. But in terms of the legal side of it, that's all pretty much buttoned up. So happy to have helped with that, and we're in a position where now the village can take custody of it and have it for the benefit of the community for the generations to come.
I know both council and myself appreciate, I know you're our attorney and that's what you do, but you really had to focus on that, for lack of a better word, focus for a better part of a couple of weeks to make that happen. And I know you have other things to do, and we appreciate the effort you made
Happy to do it.
on our behalf. Item 10 would be council comments and concerns. Mr. Bittner.
I have none this evening.
Scunic,
Ditto, none this evening.
Ned,
None, thank you.
and Mr. Roach.
I have nothing.
And Mr. Robs. Next regular meeting is February 6, 2024. No executive session needed. Can I have a motion to adjourn? All those in favor?
Aye.
5 minutes.